And this is my orchard, and I'm just taking 5 minutes out to commune with nature and to enjoy this lovely autumn sunshine. So the orchard didn't exist before we moved here, so all these trees that you can see, and there's 15 of them, a mix of apples, a pear, a plum, and a cherry. These have all been planted by me from trees that I grafted because I like economy. I like to be able to choose what varieties I have and what rootstocks they're growing on. And it's easy for me to do that. And there are videos on the YouTube channel about how to grow your own rootstocks and graft your own apple trees. So let's have a look at the orchard in a bit more detail. So I wanted to show you this one. This is literally 3 years old. And I'll just get out the way of the shot, and it's a nice French old-fashioned variety, and it's doing really well. So again, the rootstock is MM106, which I have cultivated, oh my god, all the way back since 2004. So successive apple trees and cuttings, etc., have produced the rootstock for this, and then I begged a scion, a cutting, from a friend who had this, and this is a lovely tree. It's quite a late fruiter, and it's got a nice shape, and the fruit that it produces is good for eating and for juicing. So that's been a success. Along next to that is a Bramley, and I only planted this, gosh, what are we in? We're in October, last January. So it was grafted onto a 2-year-old rootstock, and it's doing really well. So you can see all my trees have a little bit of rabbit protection at the bottom. To be honest, we don't really get rabbits here. We have hares, and we do have deer, but they don't come into the orchard. So this is doing really well, and you can see there is a bit of apple growth from the bottom. Now, in December, I would prune that out and then prune out these little spurs to lift the canopy, but I won't be here in December, so I won't be doing that. Such is life. And then I've got a Mirabelle plum, which is lovely. It's dropped all its leaves now early, but this has done well. We've got nice little yellow plums. They're not tart at all, they're quite sweet, and it's been quite good. It was in a different place and it was too dry for it, so we moved it, and I moved it in the December of 2 years ago. So you can see all the new growth. This is all new growth here. It's much happier. So the new owners will have a nice supply of plums. And this is the back of the gite that looks out onto the orchard. And that is a beautiful lilac wisteria, which when it flowers drapes all over the window there. And bonjour. Sorry, neighbours. And that is our water reclamation tank for the gite. And this has been very profitable for us. And when we move, we will lose that income. But all is not lost. Where one door closes, another opens. And in future videos, I will tell you all about what John and I propose to do on the Isle of Arran. So I wanted to show you this tree, and also it's handy for me to have this on video because I can always look back and enjoy it. So this is a swamp cypress, and 2 weeks ago this was green, and what happens is it turns this beautiful orange, and then in another 2 weeks time it will drop all its needles. So it is a kind of pine tree. It does have cones, but it's a thing of beauty in the autumn. As long as we don't get any storms, it usually it takes about a week to change, and you get it part green and part orange, and then it drops. And then up here we inherited this Victoria plum, and I would say that this is probably, oh my goodness, it must be about 20 years old, and it's had storm damage, and because it's such a prolific fruiter, the weight of the branches have snapped some off. So of course now we have fungus on it. So it's bracket fungus, which you can see up there, because that bit on that broken bough is dead now, but the fungus is on it, and I'm all right with that. And I just want to show you one of the other creatures that we have here is a woodpecker. And believe it or not, that is woodpecker damage. It's all over the tree. There's another one. There's another one. So I don't mind that. The tree's on its way out, but we like the woodpeckers. And you can see where they've been because of the frass and the sawdust coming out. But it's done really well. This has produced a huge amount of fruit. And you can see all the buds on it for next year. So the new owners will have some nice plum fruit. So that's basically a little walk around the garden here. I will miss it. The big polytunnel there belongs to our neighbours, who are in the main dairy farmers, but they are using this at the moment to dry their very profitable cash crop, which is tobacco. And tobacco used to be a big thing in this area, but it's not so much now, but they still make a bit of money out of that. So there's no smell off it, and it just hangs there for about a month and a half, and then they take it down and it's carted off to the tobacco manufacturers. So it's time I really went back in. I've got a little bit more packing to do, so I'll see you on the other side. Well, thanks for joining me again. I'm back inside. I really must get on with packing because the removal men are coming soon, and I've got all these little leftover bits and bobs that I've got to go into boxes because ultimately we can't take them in the car with us. So I must crack on. Wasn't that brilliant to see that little squirrel? I hope you've enjoyed it. Thank you again for joining me on the journey. Thank you again, all the new subscribers. Woohoo! Thank you so much for joining me. It's brilliant to have you along. I don't feel as if I'm on my own. We're leading very separate lives here at the moment, John and I. He's in his shed. He's trying to cram as much stuff as he can into boxes because he won't leave anything. And I'm trying to get everything organised. The TOR application, the transfer of residency customs thing, has now been approved. Whew, what a big weight off my mind. So I've only got a couple of days. I don't know when the next video is going to be. I'm hopeful that it will be on Sunday. I'm taking my laptop in the car with me, so I'll see you next time. So here I am, and it's been the end of a long day, and it suddenly occurred to me that there are certain things about this house that I really, really like. and one of them is having the wood burner in our bedroom. Now, my bathroom is just over there. I am going to have a lovely, relaxing bath. When I come out, I can get dry in front of the wood burner, and it's lovely for me to nod off at night with just the glow. Now, it's not terribly cold here, so there's no real reason for me to light the wood burner. However, this will be one of the last times I use it. In the new house, I don't have a wood burner in my bedroom. I do have a wood burner in our kitchen and our bathroom with a beautiful bath. There will be a picture in a minute. It's only a few steps to the kitchen and the wood burner. So I'm enjoying that. I've ran my bath in it is waiting. It has Epsom salts in it. In the UK, you can get this either as Epsom salts or as Redox, and they really are relaxing. So I'm going to leave you with this, and I'm going to have a bath. And just to tease you a little bit, I'm putting a photograph of the bathroom of the new house on, and it's a bigger bath than what I've got. So